everyone, welcome to Street Defence Combat Conditioning, the YouTube channel. I'm the director of Street Defence, which is a reality-based self-defence system. I've also been a personal trainer for over 20 years. So the idea of this channel over the coming weeks and months and so on will be to give you as much coaching and assistance and workouts and things like that that's going to help you live a healthier life. There's lots of different things obviously I've experienced over the years with clients and working in gyms and out of gyms and obviously looking at things in magazines and so on. So there's quite a few myths out there that obviously I want to help get rid of. Obviously most of them are obviously not that helpful. We'll look at things like diets, obviously the way to exercise and so on. So the idea of this channel is to give you sort of all the information and all the experience that I've gained over the last 20 or so years in sort of personal training obviously and sort of martial arts self-defense as well. So it's a little bit different from just a straightforward fitness YouTube channel. I also want to actually make sure that people actually get something from the channel as well. So if you would like this sort of information, you'd really like the videos that are going to be coming up in this channel, please subscribe to the channel. That will help the channel grow, and also that will enable me to obviously evolve the channel and give even more to help you live a healthier life. So looking at my background, I've been a personal trainer for over 20 years. I've been teaching self-defense since I think 2007. So I've had quite a bit of a mix. I've worked in and out of gyms, obviously mobile and so on, obviously currently obviously online for sort of the last year or so. But mainly a lot of people think they've got to be members of gyms and so on to get fit and healthy. And that's not always the case. Obviously gyms are really, really good. But also on this channel, a lot of the workouts will be requiring zero equipment. Obviously things you can do within 20, 30 minutes every day in the comfort of your own home. We're going to cover a lot of different subject matter as well, so looking at different aspects of health and wellness as well, because the biggest thing I've seen in the industry, and obviously for a lot of people, they focus purely on the aesthetic and obviously how they're going to look the way they want to look. Very rarely, unless there's obviously been any sort of medical implications that have come up in the past where that makes them want to actually become healthier. I want people to start to focus more on the health side. I know that's odd in a way, because people generally do focus on the aesthetic, but actually if you look at your health first, you will get the aesthetic. So people focusing on purely just the aesthetic look, let's think inside of your body, and let's try and focus on making yourself healthier throughout. So we look at different things like, so not just exercise, obviously nutrition, which are the obvious ones. You've got sleep, you've got stress, you've got hydration. You've got lots of different aspects of things that we can go through. Mindset's another one. Time management as well can be seen as a big thing, obviously, in helping to improve your health, especially if you're working from home a lot now as well. So I don't just want to sort of just stick to the basics of just exercise, because exercise on its own will get you healthier, but it's not going to get you fully healthy, okay? But also as well, I'm not one of these coaches and stroke trainers that will be demanding that you never drink again, or alcohol, you never drink, eat bad foods and this, that and the other. Because I don't actually think that's living in the real world. And it's just moderation, a lot of these things. I know we do have to crack a lot of bad habits that have been created over the years, but obviously in time, people can have the odd bit of this, the bit of that, so a lot of the odd drink here and there and so on, because it ties it into their lifestyle. And I think when you go so far and you go to 100% to trying to improve every aspect and never drinking again, never eating a bar of chocolate again, I think that is actually more likely to actually hit more stumbling blocks in the future, and actually could lead to someone then becoming unhealthy again. And it's going to start people getting into what we call the yo-yo diet, and obviously the weight management side, okay, which is another thing that I try and focus on with all the clients I've trained over the 20 years plus, is that a lot of people tend to do this. And I think the industry as well, it gains a lot of money from that happening. I think for a lot of people will invest money to like lose weight rapidly on some shake or some diet or something that's going to drop their weight. So they're going to drop their weight here, and obviously inevitably, because it's unsustainable, or they start to change back to where they used to be. So what happens is they start to put the weight on, and they'll see in many cases it actually becomes worse and actually gain more weight than they originally needed to lose. Then what happens from that point? They start to think, well, how did I lose that weight before? Okay, I'm going to pay for that diet again. That was really good, that. So they go back on the diet, they pay more money, and they drop the weight down again. Okay, and obviously then inevitably again, they can't sustain it, so then the weight goes back on. Then they start to get into this rhythm here. Ideally, what I look for in my clients is I don't want them to do quick fixes, to dramatically lose weight to the point where when they go say a holiday, so they might sort of drop loads of weight, go on an all-inclusive holiday for 2, 3, 4 weeks, put on the weight, maybe even more than what they lost before the holiday, then we're getting them back into that again. I like to get people at a bit more a smoother line here. So the idea is, most people, I'd say, so look about, if you could get to say 7, 8 out of 10, if people could be on that sort of level, by 10 out of 10, I'd actually mean like Olympian. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. So 7, 8 out of 10 is really, really good, and it is amazing for a lot of people, because a lot of people that I've actually trained obviously can be a bit of a mix below that 7, but I've had people even at like 1, maybe even at 0. So you can see, to get someone to even 6, even 7, or even 8, if it's the top end, I'd say there, that is spectacular. That's a big, big change to their life as well. And improving their life expectancy as well. A thing that people don't think, if you're healthier, you live a better life, you feel better, you live longer. I mean, it's too many good things that come from living a healthy life to living an unhealthy life. And I think the trick as well, even with foods, nice tasting foods, so things like sugar and things like that, it tastes nice when you eat it, of course it does, but then afterwards a lot of people feel really bad for, I shouldn't have eaten that. And obviously if you think as well the physiological damage that these sort of foods do to you over a long period of time, if you're eating them all the time, not mean just the odd treat here and there, which is fine to a degree, if you're eating it like every single day. So you can see the only good thing that comes from eating bad foods is so on is the taste. Then after that there is nothing. A lot of the foods are actually nutrition free, but when you think of like the health, living a healthier life, think of all the benefits of that. They far outweigh the unhealthy side. So if you think, obviously living longer, which is a huge one, okay, so you get to see your children grow up more, you feel good, you've got energy, you look the way you feel really, really good about yourself, you wear the clothes you want to wear, if you play sports or do certain things, you don't get out of breath. I mean, it's limitless. When you start to look at that, that's how you can start to change your mindset, is actually think of the benefits of being unhealthy to healthy. So if you start to focus on those two here, there's no competition. And I think it does take time. And also as well, a lot of people that I've trained, there's only ever been a couple of people, I'd say, over the last sort of 20 odd years where I've actually decided not to start training and working with them and training them, mainly because I don't feel that everyone is always ready to make the changes they need to make. And obviously I know I'm a business, and obviously people want to make money and so on, but I want to get results with these people as well. See, because again, from a business point of view, that helps me, because obviously if I get results, then more people are going to want to work with me, which is obviously what I want. So if I don't feel people are ready, I tend not to move forward with them. It might be that 2 months down the line they come back, they feel more ready, and I feel they're ready to go for it, and then obviously then I can bring them on board and then get in working with them as well. So, and also think about how healthy do you want to be, and where do you want to get to. It's okay if you've got a magazine showing you how to get a 6-pack, and TV shows telling you how to drop 10 stone or whatever. That's fine, but what do you want from it? And just because you see sort of 6-pack models and so on, and that's amazing, but are you willing to sacrifice what it takes to get to that level? And I know most people probably wouldn't be, but to get to 6 or 7 or even 8 out of 10, a lot of people probably can manage that. And I do have clients where we might work towards, say, like the 8 out of 10. We might get to 7 out of 10, and they're more than happy with where they're at. So they actually decide to sort of stay around that point. And when you get to this sort of rhythm here throughout your year on a health and aesthetic point of view, if you do have a holiday coming up in, say, 2 months or whatever, you might just tweak your nutrition a little bit. You might have like 1 or 2 pounds to lose, not 1 or 2 stone to lose, or plus that. Okay, so that's not really what you want to get to. You want to sort of try and focus on being healthy throughout. It's a lifestyle change, and it's not like a rigid boot camp style thing where you're never going to be able to drink alcohol again and so on. It's just being selective of when that is, and obviously fitting it into your lifestyle, and not focusing on being 100% healthy all the time. And also as well, try and change things about your life and lifestyle to make yourself a lot healthier. So in the coming sort of weeks and months, we've got lots of different subjects and things to help with your motivation. Obviously show you things you should and shouldn't be doing as well. And I'll also back it up as well. It's not going to be just do this and then turn the video off. Okay, it will just be, why are you doing this as well? And it's trying to make people believe that actually anyone can become healthier. It's whether you want it enough, and obviously as well, you need obviously the right information and support to get to that point as well. And as well, a big thing, which at some point I will be doing a video on as well, when you sort of see like actors and actresses and so on looking in incredible shape and, you know, six-pack, and it's amazing. I'd love to look like that. A lot of the time, also, if you think about it, these people get paid considerable money to look like that. They get personal trainers almost live in. They'll have a chef. They'll have nutritionists. They'll have everything on board. And also they're getting paid to do that as well. So for people to actually get healthier and get in shape, that have a minimum of a 40-hour-week job, maybe some even 60-hour-week job, bringing up 2 children and so on, and then they get in shape. Maybe not to that level, because obviously getting ripped to six-pack is obviously really, really tough. But even if they get really, really in sort of great shape and health, I actually think that's more impressive. It's impressive when you see it from an aesthetic point of view, when you see an actor or an actress on film and TV and they're looking amazing. But you just think they should look like that. If they've been doing that for 3 months or 6 months or whatever to get into that shape, they should do it. Okay, they're never going to get an easier chance. If you suddenly got given a personal trainer, a live-in personal trainer and a chef, and you got all your nutrition done for you, just got fed and pushed in the gym every single day to be the way you are, and everything else in your health as well tweaked as well, of course you're going to get in shape. But obviously, living in the real world to how people's lives are, obviously they can be quite hectic. Let's try and tweak and change some of the habits over a period of time. It's not a matter of changing everything in one day. Okay, that can be too much for people. So why not change a few things about your sleep, or looking at your stress levels, or obviously just activity before even looking at actual workout sort of level stuff. Let's look at getting yourself more active and tweaking a couple of bits nutritionally. Then once you've sustained that for a couple of weeks, then we can change a few more things. So that's sort of the thing we're going to go through on this channel. If you've got any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below, and please subscribe to the channel. Obviously that'll help the channel grow, and turn your notifications on, and like and share the channel as well. The idea is, obviously, I don't just want to do a few workout videos here and there. I want it to be a lot more than that, mainly looking at different things. I said, like the myths, different videos about motivation, nutrition, a lot of things that people hear about getting fit and healthier, and they wonder whether it's true or not. Looking at diets, and obviously why you should avoid diets like the plague. Okay, not good at all. But yeah, any comments on anything you'd like to see in the channel, please let me know. Any more information, please feel free to visit the website www.streetdefenceuk.com. Stay fit and healthy, and I'll see you soon.